good witness to the madness that was.
Heels, pops, and chair shots.
HPC.
Heels, pops, and chair shots.
Pero mírate aquí.
Heels, pops, and chair shots. Wrestling's entertainment champions.
What a bunch of idiots, imbeciles, stupid as it gets. Stupid, clueless idiot, a bunch of clueless nuts. Is there anybody here that's got any brains? Stupid, stupid, stupid every day, every night. So stupid, just really stupid. The biggest cutthroat bunch of conniving, backstabbing idiots you've ever seen in your life. That is such bullshit. It's the work of an idiot. Pathetic, really stupid idiots. Are you an idiot? Lost idiot? He was the shits. You will always be seen as a complete failure. The term motherfuckers would have been crossing my mind pretty regular. Thanks for nothing. Go fuck yourselves.
Subscribe and like, hit that button right now. Alright, follow us on Twitch, SoundCloud, iTunes, your mother's.
You're welcome back to Heels, Pops, and Chair Shots, Wrestling's entertainment champions. We out here, forbidden previews for Forbidden Door. All this and more in the room where it happens. But first, mission about to tell what to do.
Subscribe and like, hit that follow, hit that bell for the notifications. You know where to find us. Everywhere you get your podcast fix from. Let's go.
And again, it from right here. Especially tonight, Thursday night, live 3, 5, 6, baby. It's a long time coming. We doing the damn thing for a pretty long time here, baby. How you feeling, Mischief?
356 weeks of this bullshit. We've been doing this for 356 weeks. Let's go. Shout outs to our sponsors. Shout out to Foco.com for all your officially licensed merch. You know what I'm talking about. Talk about the NCAA, MLB, NFL, NBA, and all that and more. If you want any officially licensed merch, you got to check out Foco.com. Use promo code HEEL10 to get your fix. And let's not forget Smack Talk Showdown, one of the best card games you've ever played in your life. If you like Cards Against Humanity, if you like talking shit, if you like cutting promos, check out Smack Talk Showdown. Promo code HEAL on that one. Let them know we sent you.
You already know that. And shout outs to our guys out there, guys and gals, who won and participated in our giveaways this weekend for SummerSlam weekend, and also just in general, because we gave out before that and after that. We giving these out. Keep locking them in on social media. We giving them out by the dozens out here, man. We got the lewd expansion pack to go with these damn things too. So this is gonna be a great time once you pop them open. Go with your friends. You don't even have to be wrestling fans, and you're gonna have them nice and entertained for the evening. I promise you that. It's been crazy, man. It's crazy.
You don't even got to be a wrestling fan to be honest.
No, you don't. But if you are a wrestling fan, kudos to you, because that's a bonus. Cause you've been watching wrestling, you've been seeing what's out there. You've been in tune with the chaos that has been AEW Dynamite this past Wednesday night and WWE the past couple weeks. If you have been under a rock, you haven't noticed that Brock Lesnar's been back. You haven't noticed that Seth Rollins cashed in his Money in the Bank at SummerSlam. You missed out on the No Nice Things Tailgate 3. Shame on you. Nah, I'm just playing. Nobody did all those things. We were all there. We were all on Zoom. We saw Brock Lesnar. We saw Brock Lesnar come back and dominate. But we also saw John Cena before Brock Lesnar. And he didn't look so bad either. In fact, he's been booked for December, officially, from what I hear. December the 13th. Boston, Massachusetts, Saturday night's main event. TJ in the building. What's good?
TJ in the building.
Appreciate you pulling up, TJ. Cena's last match is in Boston. And
not only is Cena's last match in Boston, right? Also, and however, Cena's last match to be on Saturday night main event. His retirement match, a la Goldberg, on Saturday night main event. But there's a big distinction between what happened with Goldberg
I can spell
and
that.
what happened with happening with Cena. Number one, Cena's the man compared to Goldberg, the trash. And
The trash.
and number two, Peacock is going to be holding the exclusive rights of Saturday Night Main Event moving forward with a quarterly event for a year, which is a big move, taking them off of regular television, regular NBC television.
So the money's there, is what you're saying.
Yo,
Basically.
the money is everywhere right now for WWE, bro.
Haha.
And we'll get into some of those logistics in a bit because lots of changes in a very short amount of time are happening with that. But I think that I'd be remiss not to talk about this John Cena endeavor of talking about the retirement that's going to happen on Saturday Night Main Event without at least touching the fact that Peacock is going to be, touching the Peacock is crazy.
Damn.
But,
I mean, to each his own.
He's going to retire not on television. He's going to retire on Peacock.
On Peacock. So clearly the match clearly has to be Brock Lesnar and John Cena, no?
Well, that's what the conversation is. I'm hearing that on the lead up to the retirement, there's gonna be at least one holy shit person, and I think that's gonna be The Rock. Right? I think that The Rock should be his retirement match.
Okay.
But I digress. I don't know if it's Brock or not, but I do know that there's a disagreement as to who is going to win that match. And this is a very interesting perspective here. And I want your take on this, right? Because as the man going out, right? Let's take Goldberg for example, right? Only because it just happened, right? Not because of anything else. But Goldberg lost, right? He takes the L to who do you wrestle? Exactly.
Exactly.
Right. Nah, so he takes the L, right? In order to get to give the rub on his way out, right? Does John Cena do the same? Does Brock Lesnar need a rub? So how do we do this, right? Like, what's your take on that?
And it's always you to freaking open my brain, my left side of the brain, and as I point to my right side of the brain, open that up, right? Because I didn't think of Gunther, and I didn't think of the parallels that they're running here. And you're right, you're fucking right, because John Cena doesn't have to lose to Brock, and he can leave the hero and all that, all the guns a-blazing, right? And he defends his honor on his way out. But that's not what Gunther did to Goldberg. So when you book Gunther and Brock, you're going to want to have the argument of, wow, Gunther got rid of Goldberg, yeah? Brock got rid of John Cena. So it's just, they're running parallels, I think, right now. Or they should be, if they're not. Because all paths here lead to Brock and Gunther. And, why not feed John Cena to Brock Lesnar on his way out? Building momentum to that inevitable clash of behemoths with Brock and Gunther.
That's interesting, right? Like, because Brock and Gunther make sense, and this is maybe the path to build to that, right? Gunther will always be able to say, I retired Goldberg for whatever that's worth. And I think that retiring John Cena is way more important than retiring Goldberg.
Right.
However, and here's the big however, right? Brock is up here. And Cena is up here, right? Like we're talking about like top stars.
Yeah.
Misconduct aside, right?
Right. I don't know what he's talking about.
Not talking about that part of it. Just talking about like their status as wrestlers in the ring or performers on television.
Right.
Brock is a marquee name where Gunther was not, right? And where he's still like he's still on an upwards trajectory, whereas like Brock Lesnar is as big as probably he's ever gonna be. Gunther, right, and then Goldberg's legacy and Goldberg's like Gunther had like beating Goldberg was a slingshot, a little bit for Gunther. Whereas
Slash snack.
that part for John Cena and for Brock Lesnar, like I don't.
There's no
That's
there's
not-
yeah there's no springboard after that, right? There's no
It's like
yeah.
Brock wins.
Pa que
But what does that
tigre.
really do?
¿Qué
Like,
más tú quieres?
unless like Brock is making a run of it, Brock beats and retires John Cena, and now Brock is back to pursue a world championship, and that puts him on the path to Gunther and on the path to like
Right.
wreak havoc. Then maybe there's a case for that, but there's also a case for like Brock losing, wilding out, and doing the exact same shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know that Brock needs that W the way that that Gunther may have needed that W.
Probably not. Probably not. And it could be overbooking too, if that was the case, which I wouldn't put it past them. Like if they're trying to give something to Brock that's unneeded in a way, because that's not what we're getting out of it. If that's their attempt to get some kind of edge with Brock by feeding him John Cena like this, yeah, you're right. He doesn't really need it. He already got rid of the Undertaker streak. I don't think I need to see Brock Lesnar accomplish any more here.
Yeah, like he doesn't need more shit. Like, does he really need more shit? We really need to sit here and be like, oh man, Brock Lesnar, tired Cena. I don't know. He wouldn't have been legit. But like, is anybody really saying that about Gunther?
Not yet.
Damn, if Gunther didn't retire Goldberg.
No, that no, it's over everybody's head already. Nobody's even mentioning that.
I don't think anybody cared, and I certainly didn't.
That part.
Yeah.
Brock Lesnar making his way on a lot of media this week, especially on TMZ Inside the Ring podcast. Matt Riddle shared a backstage story from the 22 Rumble where he claimed Brock came into the locker room and told all the participants, "You guys are all going to do business for me." Riddle then detailed an interaction between Lesnar and Shane McMahon. Shane mentioned and asked if he could pick him up for a spot. Riddle said the response was blunt, and Brock just looked down like, no. This is the guy.
Yeah,
This is him.
why would... That's the thing. Like, why would Brock agree to that? Like, in a lot of ways, Shane McMahon was wild in that Royal Rumble. Like he was wilding. He got into like a punching match with Riddle. Remember, like he was,
I do remember some spots there. Yeah, especially
like
with
he
him.
he thought he was coming in like The Rock and shit. Like he thought he was Stone Cold.
Yeah.
He thought he was like, oh, I got that Attitude Era push.
And he fought, I think, Owens after that or something. He had a Mania match that year, no? I could be wrong.
Was that where he tore his knee? With the Miz?
Oh, yes, that could be it. That could have been that year.
On a leapfrog?
Yeah.
He did a leapfrog and he went,
An Irish whip.
yeah. Shane McMahon doing too much.
Yeah.
Shane McMahon doing too much is the name of the game. And like usually that's his gig. Like, but what he doesn't, or what he maybe failed to remember is that he does too much on the way to dying. Right? Like, he jumps off a big shit and dies, and then like he's like that makes him the scrappy underdog in a way, even if he's the dirty heel. Like he just jumped off of a cliff, or the Titantron, or the Hell in a Cell, or something really big, and now he's all messed up and like he's got to make his comeback.
That's our fault, though.
That doesn't mean that he's gonna go and body slam Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
Two very different things.
Two very, very different things. Like,
And then what is Brock Lesnar if Shane McMahon slams him?
Right. That part, right? It's like the whole fan beating up a wrestler thing again.
Right. Right. And we're looking at Jelly Roll like, thank you for losing.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
thank you. We
you
appreciate
know,
you saving the business.
Protect, you gotta protect the business. And I appreciate that because that was one of the things I appreciated most about Jelly Roll was we don't need people coming off the streets to beat wrestlers.
Yeah.
Bad Bunny did it in a very good match against Damian Priest, right?
That and that shows more on Priest than anything else.
But
At
the
least
reason
first.
it was acceptable- the reason it was acceptable or passable was because there was a lot of fuckery, right?
Yeah.
Like there were weapons.
Carlito came back
There was a
and
whole
shit.
bunch of run-ins. LWO was heavy.
Fuck.
Like
Savio Vega.
Savio Vega, Carlito,
Wow.
right? Like, so
That was the best backlash ever. I'm sorry.
That was fire. But it fed, right? Like it was like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
Like I can get behind Bad Bunny winning because there was a lot of other stuff going on.
Right.
I didn't want to see Jelly Roll. Like I wasn't crazy about. There was an in-ring segment. I think it was on SmackDown with Jelly Roll and Logan Paul were going back and forth, and Jelly Roll was killing it on the mic. Real talk.
Nice.
But then like Jelly Roll hit like end of days essentially on Logan Paul. Like Logan Paul's a whole ass wrestler and athlete and boxer, and like Jelly Roll just lost 100 pounds. Like, two very different.
Two very different things.
Yo, I've lost and gained weight before. Like, there's a big difference between working out to lose weight and being an athlete.
A wrestler. A whole wrestler.
No, but it's not even. Yo, Logan Paul's not even a whole wrestler. He's a boxer. Like he's a legitimate contender in a sport.
Yeah.
As fit as boxing is or can be. You know what I mean? Like, dog, what are we saying right now?
Fags.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, like he hulked up and he came back from getting beat up and then he ultimately lost. But that was good for the business.
Right. They protected the business with that for sure.
Shane McMahon body slamming Brock Lesnar.
Not
Not
gonna
good.
happen. Nah,
Not-
not at all. And like you said, we're talking about what's night and day different. Like WWE is completely different from the Indies, from AEW, and as we learned this past weekend, completely different from the aspiring or the re-aspiring AAA. Dog is the tweet. Dog hashtag Triple Mania is the tweet. My bad. Or the X is the, do we call it? How are the kids saying it? What are the kids saying? I don't know. Kids speak.
Shut up for a second.
Yeah.
All right.
La Parka.
Triple Mania. Let's talk about it. Hey. Yo. There's nothing like WrestleMania. There's nothing like WrestleMania in the world.
No.
Right? WrestleMania is its own entity, its own beast. As much WrestleMania can be in AAA, that was that.
Yeah.
Production was on point. And I mean that like from the matches, from like the TV standpoint, fucking from entrances, the costume design, all of it. All right? And Triple Mania from top to bottom was very, very well done, I thought.
Very well done.
Have I watched Triple Mania in the past? No. Have I seen clips? Yeah, sure. I've seen clips. But I've never like sat down and watched. And real talk, like I didn't catch the whole thing in one sitting. I caught bits and pieces throughout the last couple of days. That night I saw a couple of matches. I saw like the last couple of matches. I saw Finn Balor, and we'll talk about him, and I saw I saw Dom, and we'll talk about that in a second as well. But just speaking on Triple Mania, like the show was so much fun. I was thoroughly impressed. Like, was I expecting, anything crazy? Nah. At the end of the day, like, this is a third-rate, like, show in comparison to what
Right.
we see in the States. But bro, it was fun wrestling. And I think, and again, correct me if I'm wrong and whatever, I think it was in the spirit of what AAA is.
What do you mean?
Right? Like they had their ridiculous moments. They had like Mr. Iguana and his moments.
Right.
Like, they had what was Pimpinela, right? And his moment or her moments. There was comedy, there was wrestling, there was fast-paced action, there was luchadors, there was extravagant entrances.
There
like
was giants.
Choreographed.
There was not giants.
They had minis, right? So there was ridiculous segments. Like there were hard-hitting segments. Top to bottom, very fun show. I can see how this partnership can benefit. Conan
not pulling no punches. Let's play
Conan
this real
not only
quick.
getting inducted into the Hall of Fame, but giving zero fucks about it.
Chinga tu madre.
Yo,
He's so mad, bro.
he's so mad. There's another clip of him cursing. The next clip,
Yeah, put it right now.
yo, how you this mad, yo?
Otra vez.
Conan, like Conan. As funny as this was, I feel like this was a big mistake.
Yeah. If it wasn't a work, right?
Yeah, I guess. But it didn't feel that way, and I think it took away from like his moment, right? Like
Right, whatever he's trying to say here, yeah.
you're being inducted to the Hall of Fame. You are a legend, right? Like a WWE, WCW legend. You're a Mexican legend, right?
Yeah,
Like
big facts.
a legend of Mexico, Cuban, holla. So it's interesting to me that he chose that time to like come out of character, and we know he's got that in him. But yo, you got the mic so you could speak for your Hall of Fame induction. Have that moment. Like you didn't need to do all that.
Yeah.
And I guess Conan would be Conan, right? Like, but I don't know. I just thought that was taking away from him, from his moment. What do you think?
No, I get you, because now you could. It's really about reflecting and all that stuff, and enjoying it. But who knows, bro? Because because it's also could be a tribute to his character too. Because I think back to like other Hall of Fame speeches, like Foley's made a joke about Jericho, and Jericho got up in the middle of his thing and got on stage because Foley said, "Oh, I never got to beat the great Chris Jericho before," and he gets up on stage and he has a fall. He loses to Mick Foley in the middle of his speech. Like, I don't know how much if that was worked or not, but like if it wasn't worked, then that yeah, like that's crazy. Like this guy hit a whole elbow spot and had a match. This fucking Hall of Fame speech.
Yo, bro, but I think that's two very different polar
Yeah.
ends of the spectrum, right? Like, even if that's not a worked spot, I think they're comfortable enough with each other.
Yeah,
That
definitely.
They worked through it, and they clearly did, and I think came of that. It's like them chilling. But this fan wilded out.
Yo,
Way, like,
but
like,
more than once too, like.
more than once, right? Like, and that's the thing. Maybe if he would have just done it the one time, maybe it would be alright. But like, it was the continuing to go back with this, at this dude. Whatever. I like Konet, stay true to yourself, I guess, dog. Like, do what you gotta do, K-Dog. But I thought that was corny. Like, own your moment, right? Own your moment. Be your biggest star.
And speaking of biggest star, right? You mentioned him earlier. Look at this big star moment right
rewind
here.
Rewind that, because you ruined the big reveal here, bro. Look at that.
Woo! No. The face.
The tongue.
His face. That's hilarious. This was gold. Oh, boom. What a match.
Like, are you fucking kidding me, bro? Are you for real right now?
That's crazy. That's crazy. He screamed is right. Everybody screamed. Everybody screamed. It was amazing. It was amazing. That's lucha. That is lucha.
That is lucha. Part of the reason why I think Mr. Iguana kind of resonates is the lack of characters, right? In WWE, right?
Right.
Like, sure, the roster is what it is, but it's a bunch of, like, for the most part, and I'm oversimplifying, but for the most part, it's like a bunch of people just wrestling, right? And people have various personalities, but they're just people wrestling, right? Whereas, like, we can go back in time, and there's a bunch of nut jobs, and there's a bunch of gimmicks and characters, and we'll always go back to, like, the Undead Undertaker and the whacked out Mankind, and we could even, like, extend that into the oddities and
wow, yeah,
ways, and go even further back with Doink and Gobbler and blah blah blah, and
yeah.
You can even go left a little bit and talk Iron Sheik and, like, those kinds of characters as well. Like, they were larger than life personalities, right? Right now, I don't know about larger than life personality. I think what we're seeing, and a completely different era, completely different, like, thing, right? Because we even know that last week, talking about, like, how kayfabe has to be worked differently, and I think WWE Unreal does a great job of working kayfabe differently.
Yeah.
But it's interesting to me, like, when you look at
Gilbert,
like, the Wyatt 6 is not hitting like it should, right? And they're really the only characters. You know what I'm saying? That's not just, like, people wrestling, like, okay.
Yeah.
But even them, like, in their characters, are just people wrestling. You know, it's like there was a zombie wrestling and his half-burnt brother wrestling, and a lunatic in a mask that lived in boiler rooms that wrestled, and a freak show, like literally a group of freak shows that wrestled, and the Ministry of Darkness that wrestled with Disciples and Midian, whatever he was, and Viscera, right? Like,
you're not one, yo.
Like,
I tried I cannot think of one today.
Where's the personality? And we have, like, charisma and personality different. Like the New Day, they ooze charisma, right? Like we got Melo Don't Miss, right? Mad charisma. We've got a bunch of people on the roster that they've got personality. Look at El Grande Americano.
Him, but that's a luchador.
Right? But he's a but for the sake of this conversation, he fits the bill, right? Like, because it's a kind of it's a gimmick, right? Like, so, and he's being somebody he's not, I suppose.
Right.
So we'll give him that mulligan. We'll give him that one, right? But that's not even really what we're talking about. But we'll give him.
Yeah. Damn, yo.
Who else is something like Triple A has what? They've got Psycho Clown, and they got fucking the Temu Beast Mortos, right? And they got I forgot his name, and Taurus. They have Taurus, and was it Mr. Iguana, right? Like, and they've got like other and Micro You might as well start pulling that up.
Yeah, talk about this moment right here.
So go ahead, play this because I thought this was hype as hell.
I had to wake my wife up for this and wake her up and show her because this was crazy. This is Dios mío, que lo voy a aplastar. That's hilarious.
Almost
Almost.
is one of those borderline like character kind of sort of but not really.
Tell me where you've seen this guy before. Doctor
Bestia.
Doom.
Right? The entrance,
Another character.
Well, yeah. But my point is like, what WWE has this deficit, and I think that we're at an era. I don't think Triple H can create that. Where he struggled, he's good at creating badasses, and he's good at creating people with personality. That's what he was his whole career. He could create a rebel because he did it in DX, right? He could create badasses, right? Because he was a badass, right? He could create like corporate kind of executive types, right? And that because he was that, and he.
So is
he
the
was never
is like the character where he misses? Is that where he misses Vince right there?
yes. He's so far removed from Terror Rising, who was a character,
And that's
right?
the
Like
problem, I think.
rich snob that like fit a gimmick, right? Like that's a gimmick, right? Like this royalty kind of blue blood, blah blah blah.
Well, then
So
MJF
far
should probably be considered then, no?
No, because I think MJF right now plays more to like or like a chicken shit badass kind of heel face.
Yeah, he's not really more of the traditional rich snob, I guess, like back in the day with the cane and all that shit.
And like I mean, and the big contradiction is like I'm better than you and you know it, and he's like not that.
Right.
He's still not that. Like I don't know. He's for me, I guess like on paper he would be, but like he's not the gimmick that I'm talking about. Right, like he is not someone that's playing a completely different character.
Right.
This is somebody that's himself dialed up to 100.
Yeah,
right,
turned
like
up, yeah.
like a Rhea Ripley, like even like an Asuka, like she got the face paint, but like that's kind of her dialed up to 50, and Io Sky, and like Becky Lynch, right, and all these other people like Bailey. We see she's going through her shit, and like, but that's who she is. Where are the characters? Where are those larger than life personalities that are like, oh, this is crazy?
Who's the last
Tell me,
one
like-
we had?
I think that Judgment Day tried in its inception to play with like a paranormal entity, right? Like I think the
Oh,
Edge,
Edge, yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah.
And so they borderlined that, and then it didn't go there.
I tell you what, AEW has quite a few.
AEW is different in that sense, and I
Yeah.
think like that's where they can win. Is that I think they have those two things in their back pocket. Is the gimmicks, right? Like they have a fucking dinosaur that just came back.
Woo! Kill
Right,
Switch
they-
is back.
They got Luchasaurus or Killswitch. And what will more than likely, if you see the vignette, I think that was Jack Perry.
Oh, I
That
didn't see.
That was operating on.
I
it.
didn't. Oh,
like,
I didn't catch
had the-
that.
He not operating, like he gave him an injection that basically woke him up. But threw us to a whole another bloody screen. That's crazy.
Fortnite sponsoring tonight, guys.
but yeah, and so they have like the Beast Mortals. They've got characters, right? They had Danhausen, but
Yes,
they had
Danhausen was good.
but they also suffer from like it's just a bunch of people, right?
Yeah,
It's still
yeah.
like, and yo, like they're great, right? Like, but we still got like Chris Statlander, Harley Cameron, Willow Nightingale, all of which I love, right? Like, and they're great personalities, but they're not much gimmick, like in terms of gimmick.
Right.
John Moxley and the Death Riders, Hangman Adam Page, MJF, right? And again, like we could talk about like how he does some things, but you know, fucking Hangman Adam Page is a cowboy.
Yeah.
Okay. Because he's not like a cowboy gimmick.
Yeah.
He's just a cowboy dude. You know what I mean? And then, so it's different.
He does cowboy shit.
He does cowboy shit, but he's just a dude that does cowboy shit. So like where they can win in this conversation is the lucha recipe, right? Like having like a cruiserweight division that's worth its weight in gold, right?
A la
Just like
WCW, right?
You wanna do like the fastest hour in wrestling, right? Like give that first hour like a right fucking do like the 6-man tags or like the 6-man matches and just have a bunch of lucha just wow the crowd and give us some characters, give us some murky waters, give us some darkness, give us some comedy with Danhausen, give us some variety,
Right.
because that's what we got with Triple Mania. We got a fun show with lots of variety, and there were serious moments, and there was like a backdrop of gravity, right? Gravitas, like this is an important moment. There was a bunch of humor, so we had like ass kicking moments. We had almost a Microman, which comedy moment. We had Mr. which was a comedy. We had like all of that, right? We had a lot of like history with people like La Parker so I think that AEW adopting more of that,
Because that was a great time, yo. Watching that was a
good.
great time. And I could pull that. I could see myself pulling up another AAA show like that.
Yo, if
anytime.
AAA does a show every 2 months or every month or whatever, like I'll watch.
Yeah.
Right? Like if they do a PLA.
What if
PLE every
what
so
if
often,
like there was already like a PLE, right? And like
Okay.
somebody was already put something in place, and then AAA came out and did like some shit, and the same day, but called it like WrestlePalooza.
Well, that's not what AAA is gonna do.
Ha! Suckers.
That's what WWE is gonna do. September 20th, I believe.
Ah!
Right? And September 20th.
Not
is an important
1998 though. That
Not
one. That
1998.
one. That was the last one, I think.
day. I wonder why, like, we're doing of all the names of all the events that can be anywhere, WrestlePalooza is just so interesting to me. I thought it was a shitty name for ECW, and ECW was like kind of janky in that kind of way, right? So, like December to Dismember.
Yeah.
Fan.
I bet you it has everything to do with New Jack being on this cover. It probably has
Maybe.
everything to do with that and Nick Khan's obsession with New Jack.
Maybe it's a New Jack thing. Maybe like that's when the DLC drops and for 2K and it's a whole thing. Maybe New Jack is getting inducted into the Hall of Fame and that's like his announcement. You know, not his announcement, but that's the announcement for him.
We were dressing Jey Uso as New Jack on Mondays now, so why not? You know, let's keep it on theme here, guys.
But I think WrestlePalooza, more importantly, there's a couple of things as part of that conversation.
Right.
Number one, WWE did not own the rights to that, Nate.
Oh, how'd they pull that one off?
It's on the Trello. And so, check it out. Righteous
Yeah.
Reg, he posted up that right now, First Wrestling, I believe, First Pro Wrestling or First Wrestling, they own the rights to WrestlePalooza. I don't know why we're using that, so I'm curious to see how that ties in.
That's
Right.
crazy. Because
And we're just jacking indie names.
but there's always a purpose here, and then, I mean, of course, that's not always announced, but that's crazy. Like, because now you're stepping into like that. What's next? Why are we specifically doing? Is it gonna have anything to do with like the outcome of any of the matches? Because that could also be it.
We're doing a scaffold match. I don't know, man.
Oh my God, not a scaffold match.
I don't think a WWE will go in that direction. I think they've shown that they want to do gimmicks that make sense. With the exception of like a Hell in a Cell pay-per-view, but I don't know. I'm just curious to see where this goes. Right. So in terms of like the name and how that all ties in, right? Can you pull up, Vic, the counter programming piece to that?
I'm looking for it right now. I can't find it. Well, you said
On the Trello. All that shit is on the Trello right there. It's all together. The WrestlePalooza logo is blue.
Yeah, I see the one that I pulled up here, and then on top of it, I have the Roman Reigns Triple Mania thing.
Oh no, you gotta go down. Never mind.
Yeah, so I had that.
No, not the Triple Mania shit. It's all white. So if you scroll down, it's the Saturday Night Main Event, and then Righteous Reg on Twitter talking about the registration of First Wrestling.
Oh, here we go.
And then all out, right?
There we go. Right here.
Right. So that's the actual like trademark, right? If you go to the next picture, right, it shows right there, yo, who owns First Wrestling, and so that's really interesting.
Wow.
Right? But apparently, I read somewhere else that apparently they to the name about a month ago.
They what?
Like, but they still have the trademark to the name, but they're abandoning it. And I wonder if like I wonder if WWE is like, yo, taking this shit. Like,
yeah, that could probably be a thing. Damn, that means that they've been eyeing that for a while then, if that's the case. Which I'm sure probably they hire people hired for that. I'm sure that's a job.
Well, what do you think WrestlePalooza is, yo? Like, you think this is a WWE show? Do you think this is a NXT? It looks like it's WWE. It's WWE in the Indianapolis. Go to the next one, Vic.
Yeah, hold on.
The next Trello. You'll see. It's going head to head with All Out in Toronto.
There we go. Indianapolis, WrestlePalooza.
And
it screams insurrection and what were they called? They were called Insurrection and One Night Stand and or Rebellion. All those foreign one-off intermediate PLEs that WWE used to have in the 90s, in between the In Your Houses and the regular main 4 pay-per-views, where the title never changed hands, no storylines ever progressed. It was
where it ends up being like a glorified house show.
Yes, glorified house show is what this screams, especially with the yellow and blue.
Yeah, I thought that the logo was kind of, and I feel like that about the name too. Like I'm like,
there's no wrestler. There's just look
probably
what.
Yet.
Oh, yeah,
right.
Like, it's coming up
probably
soon.
At some point, because they haven't. They just announced
September,
it.
yeah.
So I don't know.
WrestlePalooza. Did Rosenberg have anything to do with this with this name drop here? What are you doing here? What's going on?
I don't know.
Somebody
but,
get Rosenberg on the phone.
But more interesting than just the name and the shitty graphics and the kind of like rollout of this is what they will be doing with this. Right?
Yeah.
Like what is this now? And we'll talk about where it's gonna air in a minute, because I think that's also part of the conversation.
Ooh.
But here we are counter programming all out. Big 4 for AEW, right?
Damn, that is a big 4 for them, because that was like, I forgot what happened in the last All Out, but I mean I know it was the All In All Out was probably one of their biggest revenue shows.
That's the thing, right? Like All In All Out, like those are the top 2, right? And then like what are we doing here? We're gonna go head to head with you're gonna throw a glorified house show on against.
I just read.
Yeah, you just learned how to read.
I just learned how to read. I just learned how to read the release date and the platform. It's hilarious.
Oh, go ahead, pop that up.
Yo, this is crazy. So not only is WrestlePalooza counter programming on Saturday, September the 20th for Toronto All Out, but where can you watch? Also debuting on September the 20th on ESPN, all in one place. That one place where you can stick it straight to Tony Khan and the AEW peoples. ESPN network is crazy W right now.
And that's adds to the mystery.
Oh my god.
Because you're going to debut on ESPN by counter programming the second largest pay-per-view for the competition with a glorified house show and a shitty graphic.
But the shit
I don't know, please. Like, I don't know, man.
But it's just to be a dick because they don't have to do it. But because they can do it, they're just doing it. And this is the best way to get all that attention in the right place, which is where they need it anyway. Because when you're launching something new,
but Vic, hold on. This is a catch-22 here. You cannot launch with a dud.
right? This isn't a dud. This is all of wrestling is watching. What happens when WrestleMania's in town? All of wrestling's in town, and everybody wins. They're gonna get their subs or whatever their target is. They're gonna get that and then some here, bro.
You're mistaken.
You think so?
No, you're absolutely mistaken because you're sitting here just saying, "Yo, all of wrestling is watching." No, they're not.
Oh,
All of wrestling is not watching.
All Out? Well, okay, not the casuals fan. The casuals are not watching. You're right. Not everybody watches AEW.
It's not about that. It's not, the whole wrestling world. This is about the whole world, period. ESPN is a gateway to a brand new, very focused audience. People that are watching ESPN, they're watching competition, they're watching sports. This is a sports presentation, right? This is different. Will the whole wrestling world be watching? Sure. And then some.
And then some.
And this is mad important because fucking Bradley, who hasn't watched wrestling in 20 years.
Oh, Bradley.
But is a college football fanatic who has ESPN on his TV all the time.
Red Zone.
Sees that, some bullshit is happening on TV. All right, let me see what's happening. And if it's a dud, I'm never checking. That's why I checked out in the first place.
Oh, I understand what you're saying because of the house show. Because it's not a premium. You're right. Why then?
It's gotta be premium. It cannot.
See, I didn't think it mattered. I didn't think it mattered what show they put on as long as they put something on. But you're right.
Your first show has to be good, bro.
Yeah,
You can't put on some bullshit on your debut to a whole new audience.
I didn't factor in the quality of show, and maybe that's also what they're overlooking here too.
Vic,
To your
hold on.
point.
Hold on. Yo, I thought you were smarter. All right? Because think about this. WWE goes to Netflix, and that Raw is a pay-per-view.
Yeah, that was a pay-per-view,
Right?
man.
SmackDown went
Yeah.
to Fox, and that
Yeah.
was like for weeks. That was like pay-per-view quality SmackDown.
So, what leads you to believe that they won't follow in the footsteps? Just all we have is a name and a pay-per-view and some colors. So we have all the right to judge them.
Logo.
We have all the right to judge it and declare it as the shit that we're gonna get anyway. But, but given that track record, maybe there's a chance that this could be a pay-per-view. It's just all signs point to everything else. Maybe they don't show up with that attitude. Maybe it just seems that way.
Nah, there's no way for the company that went to Netflix and made that a production. They brought out Dwayne Johnson on.
And they marketed heavy. You're right.
What they did on SmackDown, right? When SmackDown went to Fox, like these are our precursors. Like that's what we have to.
Right.
Some of the most recent history, right? In terms of like the big moves that they just did, and more specifically, look at what they did on Netflix. There is no way that we go on to ESPN with a dud, with on a low, with a glorified house show. They're gonna come out fucking on a counter programming night with the second most important pay-per-view of the competition. They are not. This cannot be a dud.
But
This cannot be
also,
a dud.
the plan should. I mean, outside looking in, of course, the plan's got to be to get them to switch channels, right? Or switch networks or whatever the fuck.
They don't switch out to All Out. If you
So
are
right, okay, so yeah, because they already want. Yeah, they
you're a
don't
wrestling
change
fan-
to All Out. Yeah, so keep them engaged and
It's a
keep
couple
them.
of things. It's a couple of things here. WWE has to market this as like the most important thing that they've ever done.
Yeah.
Number one, they have to do that on ESPN so that motherfuckers on ESPN who are watching college football and WNBA and getting ready to watch NFL and getting ready to watch like playoff baseball and basketball, like this is when ESPN is its most valuable, because this is playoff baseball, right? Like we're approaching playoff baseball, we're
Right.
approaching playoff basketball, we're approaching NFL.
That's a Saturday
Right.
too, not a Sunday.
It's a Saturday, which I
Yeah.
think is important. So college football heavy.
Yeah.
Know what I mean? This is an important night. This is not a throwaway. This is not like, yo, we're gonna have some bullshit on Peacock.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
we're gonna do some bullshit on Saturday Night Main Event. This is like this has to be WrestleMania level, if I'm being honest. The show has to be great, the production has to be awesome, the names have to be good, the matches have to be good.
Yeah.
Top to bottom, I think this has to be a tremendous show.
And it's happening. It's happening whether you're ready or not. September 20th is the date. We're gonna debut it, I guess. It's gonna be interesting to see. I can't wait because I want to see how things look. And speaking of how things look, AEW is already looking not so good on the ESPN webpage because they already edited them out. Try checking out the I didn't know they had an AEW page to begin with anyway. But
They
apparently they don't.
Hey, no more.
They don't know Mo's. That's crazy. Things are moving. Things are moving at an incredible
and
pace.
This is an interesting thing, right? When 10 years ago, 20 years ago, right? When you looked at ESPN, it was journalism and it was reporting, right? And like there were fun ways to do that, right? And they did it with pardon
With
the
P?
interruption, and they did
Oh.
and they did it with Around the Horn, and they did it with like other interesting ways to like First Take, right? To also present things like Sports Center,
Yeah.
right? So there was journalism, there was integrity, there were unbiased reporting, and then there were other more entertaining ways to give like opinion, to debate, to whatever. That was then. ESPN now is not that. ESPN now is an entertainment entity, and they're not here to report. it's not about unbiased.
Right.
When ESPN bought a piece of the NFL, they're not gonna be investigating like steroids in the NFL. They're not gonna be investigating like CTE in the NFL. Couple years ago, absolutely.
You won't hear
Uncover
reports of it
all
at
the
all. It's gonna
What
be.
happened?
You're never gonna hear it again. At least
Right.
on that network.
You're telling me the thing that I own now I have to shit on, or the thing that I own a part of I'm gonna shit on? Nope. So now we look at pro wrestling because ESPN is now in the pro wrestling game, and they have been for a couple of years. Like into the last year or two, maybe heavier than in the past. And now we see like AEW's page taken down. Why? Oh, because now they're showing WWE PLEs.
Right. On the
Exclusively.
monthly.
So we're not shitting on WWE, and we're not gonna be hosting the competition. Right? If I own a piece of the NFL, am I showing CFL highlights? Am I showing UFL highlights?
Hell no. They won't go.
Am I so like ESPN is now it's not Barstool. Like it's like, yo, we're just gonna entertain people. And we're just gonna be a hub. They focus on being the worldwide leader of sports and not journalism.
Yeah.
You want journalism, go somewhere else.
Go watch CNN.
And I don't even know where that somewhere else is.
To be honest anymore, no.
Go to CNN. You want to hear about sports? Go to CNN. Nah, I don't think that's how it works. Yo, but you just pulled up the WWE schedule.
Yeah,
Or at
you saw
least
that? Hold up,
Not
I
the
got you.
schedule, but where we plan on seeing
First run
WWE.
shows.
And I think that this is an important piece to kind of sit on. Hey, yo.
Hey, yo.
Oh.
Hold on.
WWE can now be seen on some of the biggest platforms media has to offer, right? The NBC still has a piece, right? They're still going to be shown on Peacock with Saturday Night Main Event. Although I'm not crazy about that. I thought them being on TV was the bigger thing. Them being on Peacock, I think, is not as effective, and I see that falling apart in time. Probably by the end of that contract, right?
So them not
Putting
being on NBC at all?
They're not going to be on NBC at all. They're going to be, I mean, you know, NBC owns Peacock, but they're not going to be on television. They're going to be on the streaming,
Right.
You know? Yo, pull that shit up, bro.
I had it and now I lost it. Because the pictures they're not loading up for some reason.
Yo,
Oh, here we
you
go.
can't, like, what's up?
Here we
You
go.
and your dial-up? Here we go.
Dial-up modems.
So we got Raw on Netflix. Right? And I feel like WWE kind of threw shit at the wall everywhere. And they're like, let's see where we stick. Right? Like, let's see where our biggest audience is. Netflix, because they got mad people. So we're going to put our headline show on Netflix. Right? We're going to have NXT on CW because CW is accessible on cable television. Or not even cable television. They're accessible on TV, regular TV, because I don't think CW is not a cable channel, right? So we got like the next in line, developmental, but the next in line, right? On regular television, we got developmental Tubi. So you get to just watch
And
some wrestling.
that's free, right? Isn't Tubi free or some shit? Or no?
Yeah, it's accessible.
Oh, it's accessible.
Right?
Okay, yeah.
And you got like, really, it's more about them getting reps. I think.
Right,
The
right,
motherfuckers
right,
really
right.
watching that shit on Tubi. I don't know who's watching really Tubi if we're really being honest. SmackDown on USA, keeping tradition alive. I don't know how long that's gonna last, but I could see SmackDown also going to Netflix or somewhere else.
It's only a matter of time.
We got PLEs on ESPN monthly, right? Kind of skipped over Saturday Night Main Event, but we already talked about it. That Peacock a couple of months, 2 or 3 months, right? And then we got AAA on YouTube whenever they want to do that, right? Because that can happen whenever, really,
Right.
if it's on YouTube. So they are on mad channels and on mad services that are widely available for all the tastes that may be.
Right.
And more important, and I think possibly more importantly than that, is if you happen to catch NXT on CW, you'll see a commercial for Raw on Netflix.
That
You know what I'm
part,
saying?
that important part, because yeah, that's all part of the
Or you'll
machine.
see, or more importantly, you'll see a commercial for WrestlePalooza on ESPN. Right?
That's gonna be incredible. Like seeing a lot more of that on that channel, on that network, right?
I think that do you think that's good? Like it's good that they're in on so many different platforms. Like, cause, and I'm gonna tell you what I think, and then I want not
think,
what I think, but
I think it can.
Go ahead.
For anybody new, this is probably so confusing and so like everywhere for the new fan that just wants to consume, that's in love, just falling in love with wrestling, right? All brand new, and wants to consume all this shit. Yeah, it's gonna be and nobody. Yo, back in the day, watching wrestling was just having a cable TV with access to USA twice a week or twice a week. Now to have all these channels and all these networks that you have to have, I don't know if you have to have subscriptions for all of them, but but damn, like you have to make sure you don't forget the channel buttons because you won't be looking for channel surfing.
you don't forget the channel button. You don't tune in somewhere else by accident.
Yeah. It's a lot. It's a lot.
It's a lot, bro.
It's a lot.
So in a parallel but not so equivalent way, right? The Yankees, right, the Yankees are WWE, right? And so the Yankees made their own app, right? The Yes Network. And they had the WWE Network. And I thought everything was gonna live there. And I just think WWE was ahead of their
Yeah.
with the WWE. They just, but it was limiting, right? Like you put Raw on WWE Network, now it's not everywhere. Now it's only wrestling fans, right? So you can't just live on there, right? I guess in many ways, like the Yankees couldn't live on the Yes Network
No,
because only like you had to be a Yankee fan with access to the Yes Network. If you were not a Yankee
how
fan,
did they determine that?
what?
Like that you were the Yankee fan.
The market, right? Like the New York market, the tri-state market, right? They like they'll put it with their cable bundle or like, actually Yes Network was with the sports package. So like you got Yes, you got
Right.
MSG,
MSG
you
is
got,
yeah.
Fox Sports, I think, whatever.
Right.
The point is like, you needed to like look, you need to be like, yo, I am a Yankee, see the Yankee.
Yeah.
Right, I am a WWE fan. I want to see the WWE network.
Right.
But
And
if you were like a casual fan of baseball, maybe you were, I ain't watched WWE in a minute, but like it's not on TV. I ain't watching it. I ain't see the Yankees on TV.
Right. Well, the Yankees lost, by
Right.
the way, today too. Shout out to the Red Sox 6-3. But I understand what you mean. Like I wouldn't. Yeah, you gotta be a fan of it.
But not right now. WWE. I mean, I guess WWE is on a multitude of platforms. The Yankees are on the Yes Network. They're on Amazon Prime. They're on CW. Not CW. I think they're on Fox or CBS. Whatever. Like, so they're on like 4, 5, 6 different channels. If you want to watch every Yankee game, it's on mad different channels.
Yeah.
And right now, in a way, and the reason I say it in a way, but is because you catch all of Raw, right? That's one package. Like if you want to see just Raw, like you get to see it on Netflix.
Yeah.
And if you just want to see NXT, you see it on CW.
Yeah.
But if you want to see the Yankees, you gotta access all these fucking different platforms. If you want to see WWE as its entirety, you gotta access all these different platforms.
And what does WWE know? that you want to watch it all, baby. You don't want to just watch Raw. You want to know what happened on SmackDown because one or two of your favorite Raw superstars just showed up on SmackDown for some reason. And you're a casual. You have no idea that you're being worked. So, yeah, you got to see all shows. You have to. You can't breathe if you don't watch everything. Just saying. Great marketing scheme. I'd call that the pop of the week for them. And chair shots for many.
Oof. Yo, we're doing HPC of the week. My. Yo, I got a big chair shot right here.
Ooh, pause.
Have you seen the prices?
Oh
for
no.
WrestleMania Vegas 2026.
I saw the prices for WrestleMania Vegas 2025. I don't think my heart can take anything else. Oh no. This can't be true. We're at the bottom.
By the bottom. Check this black and white logo. By the way, the logo is fine. I like this black and white logo a lot.
Damn.
But the more important piece of this is the prices. The ringside row package for both nights of WrestleMania 42 is $70,000 per person. Vic, $70,000.
But who?
For one fucking chair.
But who's gonna be in night 2? Let's talk that. Who's gonna be in night 2?
What?
Let's see who's gonna be in night 2. Can we know at least?
Vic, Vic, there is nobody gonna come night 2 that is gonna make me pay or any. I don't know who.
After those prices, nobody's coming after night 1 or 2.
Those 2 and 3 are $35,000 to $50,000.
Oh my gosh,
bro! You know that there are people that don't make that money in a year.
Those are car payments where I used to be from.
They're whole ass cars, bro. $50,000, $70,000, $35,000.
Yo, why you not going to WrestleMania this year? Nah, I had to buy a car, so it was either one or the other.
Rent? Like I had to buy groceries. Like I had to live.
Yo.
I feel like Big Pun. I'm trying to live.
Ouch.
Yo, that is my chair shot, baby. We are making wrestling so inaccessible to the common person. Yo, and there's like a greater conversation about society and how bad things have gotten economically, and we could talk about politics and get into like where we are at the country, right? Just as a whole. But here's the sad truth, right? Less than 50 years ago, all right, you can have one income. And this one income didn't even have to be like a top tier income. You could be a worker at a factory. You could have a above minimum wage job, but you could have a steady wage job. Right? Support a whole ass family on that job. Even have a family on the side. Support them motherfuckers too. Right?
Everybody
have a stay at home wife, a car, buy a home, pay for college on this one mediocre salary. Baby, that is not where we're at right now.
No.
Eggs are too damn expensive. A couple of years we were talking about, boy was talking about the rent is too damn high. Yo, but he forgot to look around and talk about the eggs and the bacon and the milk.
The
He
milk
didn't talk
is
about
crazy,
the newspaper
too.
being $10. He didn't talk about no PLEs being $30.
Yo, $8 gallons.
My man,
It's crazy.
the economy right now is crazy. And then you turn around, and in the midst of the madness, right?
I want to go
Yo,
tonight too.
people are struggling to pay rent. People are living crazy, like to the point where like society is faltering, right? Like the birth rate in the United States is dropping. People can't afford to live anymore.
And the problem
Like-
is that there's a fraction of these people that are going to WrestleMania in Vegas.
And we're charging $70,000.
Yo.
Like, yo, I get that it's front row, baby, but yo, $70,000 because that sets the tone for the whole building, right? Like you charge $70,000 for the front row, yo, those nosebleeds are not gonna be $150. They're still like that trickle down from the front row is still serious business. You charge $2,000 for the front row, right? And like then it trickles down and you're like, all right, yo, the nosebleeds are like $200.
Yeah.
It's still expensive. Like
those nosebleeds are in the thousands now, probably.
Those nosebleeds for $200 is still crazy work. Like that shit
Yeah.
is a lot of money to pay to not see the ring.
Not see anything. And,
You cannot see wrestlers.
and
You're
bleed from your
watching-
nose.
You're watching wrestling, right? In the nosebleeds on a screen that because of the distance, right?
Right.
Is smaller than your phone.
And you're not hearing commentary. So you could have watched it better at home.
The dopest shit that I think is fun, yo, and not to pat us back, but I am. Is the No Nice Things tailgate.
Fags.
I enjoy going to wrestling shows. However, I miss commentary, and I miss camera angles, and I miss like replays, and I miss the ability to be able to see things up close. And I will never have the money. Not to say that I don't make the money, but I will never pay that money. Let me correct myself. I will never pay that money to sit that close.
What's your worst
Ever.
purchase?
I'll tell you what, not that.
Not that.
'Cause I will never buy those tickets.
Nah, man. That's insane. That is insane.
But watching it from the parking lot on a 70-inch,
Hey. With your favorite bad guys. Right?
that's right.
That's
So
a lot different.
Check out the No Nice Things replay. No Nice Things Tailgate 3, live from the lot. We live streamed the whole thing.
Big facts.
That was a wonderful experience. Much better than a $70,000 ticket in the front row. Much cleaner, much closer. I got to
Fuck that.
go to the bathroom whenever I wanted. The drinks were cheaper in the parking lot.
And you
I
won
got to eat
prizes.
whenever I wanted. Cheaper in the parking lot. Yo. And I sat right up against the TV. I heard every word.
We heard Michael Cole.
Nobody stood up to me blocking my view. Nobody was chanting annoying shit. I didn't have to worry about what I said in front of children. It was wonderful. I am never. Never. Yo, that's crazy.
Not never.
Crazy.
That is crazy. And that's all the damn time we have for you folks on that note. Appreciate y'all that pulled up each and every Thursday night. Twitch, IG, Facebook, YouTube, all the platforms, man. Let them know what to do on the way out. But it's 10 count to 10 told. See y'all for the next one. 357, baby.
Yeah, subscribe and like. Hit that follow, baby. You know where to find us
Follow us
on
on
your
Twitch,
favorite.
SoundCloud, iTunes.
Make sure you hit us up. Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, MySpace, your face, and mom's face. You know where we are.